Are you looking for a new 3-row SUV from Cadillac? Well, this is it. This is the new Cadillac XT6. It's basically a Chevy Traverse that's really a lot better. Yeah, that's how it's going to work. But today is road trip day. I'm going down to Sydney, Nebraska to play some golf. Before I go, let me show you the exterior before I get it all full of bugs because it's that time of the year. Oh, hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. It's your first time on the channel. Welcome. On this channel, you'll find truck and SUV news, reviews, and interesting stuff and interesting scenery. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and look at the XT6. So I'll show you the exterior. We'll do an interior. I'll do some drive impressions. I'm going to fuel economy. Give you my 5 likes and 5, well, not so muches. So hey, let's get started on all that right now. Okay, this is the Cadillac XT6. We can see it's basically the same body size as a Chevy Traverse, but we do have the Cadillac badging. I really like this front end. It looks like it's really polished. It just looks like a sexy front end, like it's fast. It just feels like it's got a fast front end, I should say. If that all makes sense to you guys. I have some big lights, and I'll turn the lights on here in a second. And I have the tires and the wheels, and I have the little Cadillac badging all in silver going across. I have a little bit of chrome that kind of goes across, really nice look to it. I do like the chrome door handles and the lights in the mirrors. Not just a flat door handle, they actually put a light on there too, so it's nice. This is keyless entry and exit, so you press that button, opens and unlocks and unlocks, or locks and unlocks the doors. Come around the side, I should look at these tires. They are 235/55 R20s, so 20-inch tires there. On the back, this is the Cadillac XT6. It says 400. This is an all-wheel drive. It's the premier package. I have dual exhaust back there. Do have a spot that comes out, and there's a receiver there for towing needs. Come around this side, we can see that finish line. But let's go ahead and turn on these lights. Oh, and we have the little bit of extra chrome there with XT6 on it. It's a really nice look. I really think they did a good job in overall styling on this. See if I can turn the lights on. I think I did. Oh, they're previewed interior. So we'll come around over here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a overcast morning, and you kind of see those lights in action. So really, like I said, a really cool exterior. I really like what they did there, and I think it's got a really nice look to it. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk here while I'm back here. And there should be on the key fob itself. Yep, there's a open for the trunk here back here, the hatch. You can press that twice, have automatic remote start as well. Back here we have a third row. My golf clubs are over the third row. I'm gonna have another friend come with me. So we have saved some space for him. I have cargo tie downs, USB back there for third row as well, which is really nice. You see second row, front row. I do have powered seats for raising the second and third row back here as well. And then here we have a little bit of storage. Now that's a storage bag, and what that does, comes out, attaches here, and makes it covered on the back so you can hide your groceries and hide your stuff. And keep the sun off of it too. So that's what you're doing there. We'll close that. You can see the second row here, we have the styling in the door, the nice kind of carbon fiber look, the stitching here. Just single stitching. I was thinking it'd be double, but just double down here, but single up top. A little bit of a nice touch here. We have seats. We do have the child seat hookup there with the latch in the back. I do have some heated seats back here, and I do have some AC controls plus vents. And then we have a little cubby thing here that comes out. So some storage back here for the rear seat passengers. And there's plenty of room back here. It's just like the Chevy Traverse. Tons of space, some lighting, and I do have some vents. You can see vents up there as well. But really, let's go to the front. The front's where it's at. I have this has the Bose Performance sound system, which is a really nice system. I have again the styling there, and I put my big cup holder in here just to give you an idea, or my big cup I should say in here, just to give you an idea of storage space. Lots big cup there, and I do have the open and close for the rear hatch there as well. Seat buttons, powered mirrors, powered locks, like you'd expect. as we get in, I'll turn the steering wheel back, and there is the Cadillac badge and steering wheel. I'm currently averaging 14 miles per gallon. I'm going to reset this when we go on a trip and see what I get on a long distance trip. I have a full fuel tank, so that's good to do that. I have my menu button here. I have my adaptive cruise here. Heated steering wheel button is just nice right there as well. I do have the heads-up display, and I have my lights here in this dongle, and I have some paddle shifters if you want to have more spirited driving, and I have windshield wiper here, plus to press the button, get more fluid out there. Engine start stop there, so no key, keyless. I have a little bit of interesting cubby here. This is the HVAC system, the heating and cooling. It's nice. I like the how it's kind of part of the design. A lot of times it's just an afterthought, it seems. This is part of the design. It's really nice. As we kind of come over here, we can see this has got the nice nav screen. I like how it's built into the design too. It's not like an afterthought. And it's a quick system too. As you can see, I'm flipping around through the stuff. We have the carbon fiber here. We do have the, again, soft touch here, hard touch here. It's interesting with Cadillac. A lot of stuff is hard touch. The surfaces are really kind of hard touch. Like this is really a hard touch surface for whatever reason. As we come around, we have the shifter. This is the interesting shifter where you got to press a button and then pull back for drive and push forward for reverse. It's kind of a European shifter. I do have some, this looks like a heated and cooled cup holders there. That's why they're magnetic, holds the heat. And we can close that as well. So as we come around over here, we can see I have a spot for the charger for my cell phone. It fits down in there, which I'm not sure you're going to get that back out, but it does fit down in there. And there's a spot to release it back in here so you can actually get down to it. Some USBs back there, and just a little, not a lot of storage there, just a little bit. But what's interesting is that down here, yep, additional storage over there. And I do have the nice big glove box there too. So there you go. Overall interior, I do have a big panoramic moonroof which will open. Yep, open that up. Let in the sunshine. And then it's a sunroof as well, so it, or moonroof, what do you want to call it? But it actually vents there too, so I can vent that up if I want to. And the last thing that's interesting is that it does have the rear view camera. So if I do it like this, you can see my camera. If I do it like this, you can see behind me. It takes a image of what's behind me and throughout the back hatch, and so I can see through passengers. And so there is the interior of the Cadillac XT6. And I got plenty of headroom. So my partner just showed up to play golf, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. We're going to hit the road at Sydney, about an hour and 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And I'll come back and tell you about my drive impressions, and I'll tell you about the fuel economy I got. So stay tuned. Okay, let's do a quick little look here at the engine on this 2020 Cadillac XT6. This is the V6. It's 310 horsepower, 271 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. We have a dipstick right here in good location. We have the oil fill here. We're going to have a battery there. We have some coolant overflow, fuse box. Everything is really easy to get to with the air box over here as well. So a really well laid out engine. Got some room in the back for those guys who want to fix it or the service technician take it to. But right here, this is a winner. Automakers keep trying to bury this around the corner in different places, but the dipstick is in a great spot. So this one gives a thumbs up for me. All right, now the big picture item. How does it drive, right? That's the key. And I got to tell you what, after going to Sydney and back, I'm going to tell you it drives very well. It's a very smooth powertrain. This 3.6 liter made it to that 9-speed automatic transmission. It's a very good powertrain combination. I don't feel like it's overly powerful. I don't think it's like spirited off the line too much for this type of vehicle. I don't feel like it's waiting for it to find a gear. I feel like it's a very well-balanced powertrain between both of them. I feel like when you're driving it, it definitely mutes some of the road impact and road inputs, they call that. So I go over a bump, I go over something, it drives a really smooth vehicle. The steering wheel inputs, it's very little input. I get the steering wheel where I want to go, and it drives dead on center for long distances. Very much a very easy to drive vehicle. I don't have any concerns there. And again, I think the powertrain is really good. Now it tells me I'm averaging 23.4 miles per gallon. I have 216 miles for distance. I've done this calculation on paper before, pen and paper, and I find that the number comes pretty close on GM products. Now, when I drove to Sydney and back, I was averaging about 25. And I've been driving around town a lot, so my mile per gallon has dropped precipitously around town. But that's pretty close to the EPA. EPA on this is 17
city, 24 highway, and 20 combined. So I'm doing better than the combined number, but I'm actually, well, driving mostly highway. So I think I'm doing pretty well. And I think that's pretty good for the type of vehicle like this, is to have that 24, 25. I mean, this still is a 3-row SUV, and so you still have quite a bit of mass you were moving around. Now, with that said, you're probably like, hey, Tim, gosh darn it, you told me you're going to tell me 5 good things and 5 not so good things. I've been here for like 15 minutes. What the hey? What do you like? What do you don't like? Well, let's go over these. So let's start with the good things. It's always good to start with good things, right? Good things is good. Good. The 5 good things. Number 1, I really like the design. I think this from the front looks really kind of stylish. From the side, they added some body lines, which are really good. I feel like a lot of 3-row SUVs don't have body lines. They're very bland. I think this is a good-looking SUV. And I think it's 3 rows, and it's pretty roomy inside, which is number 2, by the way. But I don't feel like you get the viewpoint outside that's a large SUV. I think it looks like a smaller SUV. It definitely parks well in my garage. It feels like it's a very much smaller SUV without looking like it's going on for days. And I feel like it's pretty stylish. Like I said, it's good design. Number 2, like I said, it's very roomy inside the cabin. I've been with other passengers in here, and I feel like we always have a lot of room in this cabin. There's a lot of storage room in the back when you fold down both 2nd row and 3rd row seats. I just feel like it's a very usable and easy to use cabin as far as storage space. Number 3 is going to be overall ease of use. I got the keyless entry for the doors. I got keyless start, push button start stop. I can get in and out really easily. It's a very easy to use vehicle. I don't feel like I have to step up in anything. I can check the oil pretty simply. I mean, it's a very easy to use vehicle in that regard. Let me check my notes here. Number 4, sorry, make sure the number's right. Sometimes I screw these up. Is going to be storage. I feel like I like the under the steering transmission, as to say, storage area. You have a trash can down there, put some Kleenexes, whatever you want to do. The center console is fairly roomy. I mean, it's not a great center console, but it does have some room there. I got plenty of room in the doors. So quite a bit of storage in this type of vehicle. And again, because of the way the transmission is set up, I have room underneath of it, which is a really good storage spot. Number 5, I like the tech. I got heads-up display. I got a really cool slot for my cell phone for wireless charging. I have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I have all the technology I need, and so I feel like there's a good amount of tech in here without being overwhelming with tech, like say a Land Rover would be with too many knobs and buttons. I feel like this is a really good back and forth, pro and con of not too much tech, but just enough tech to, for what you need everyday driving. So let's go through. Let me set my new speed. Let's talk about my 5 not so good things. These are the ones people like to bitch about. They're Timisms. Put your comments down below. Tell me how much you hate them, love them, whatever. Number 1 of the things I don't care for about this product and this vehicle, and I don't understand why Cadillac does this, but every freaking material in this vehicle, as far as the leather goes, and every place is hard. It's hard touch leather. So even the center console area, I can feel through the leather on the plastic of this console cover. On the doors, when I put my elbow down, I can feel through the leather and hit the plastic on the doors. I know what GM's thinking, that this harder leather will hold up better to the sun, hold up better long term, but it would really be nice to have one spot in this cabin that's soft touch. Even the darn steering wheel is hard touch. Everything is a really hard touch surface, and if you've been in the competitors like a Mercedes-Benz, a BMW, an Audi, or whatever, you'll find a lot of soft touch materials. Even like the Lexus RX350 has a lot of soft touch materials. They do a combination of hard and soft. Hard touch where you're not going to touch it and you can hold it to the elements, and soft touch where you're going to be sitting in, or putting your elbows at. Number 2, and I kind of alluded to this just a touch, the seats suck. They just do. I don't understand why GM products have to be so hard seats. Like I don't understand that. I think the idea is they're going to hold up longer, because they're going to be more sturdy, fine. But on a long road trip and such, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure I'd be sold on the seat comfort on this. I may have to get a little seat bolster aftermarket for it. And I just don't understand. I don't understand why the leather's got to be so hard and why the seats just can't be softer. My tushy was not feeling good after a Sydney trip. And frankly, I don't have that big of a tushy to have a problem with it. That's a problem. Number 3, And this is a couple things. There's some weird items going on in this vehicle, and I'm going to give you two. There'll be 3 and 4. Two weird items that I just don't understand, and maybe that's why it's a Timism. See, whenever that railroad track's pretty decent, I'm telling you, I've hit those tracks a lot harder in different vehicles. The number of items. Let's start with number 1. Is this vehicle has paddle shifters. It has paddle shifters, and speedometer goes 0 to 160 miles per hour. Now, I understand that the sport trim packages are all the rage. Everybody's got to have a really sporty-looking SUV. But I think this vehicle going 160 miles an hour with me shifting through the paddle shifter to get there on like a track is a bit optimistic for a 3-row SUV. I understand it. Why would you do that? Now, what's difficult about that speedometer, and maybe it's a Timism, I'll pick on this, is since it has such a wide range of 0 to 160, I'm only using about this much of it, and so sometimes it's hard to tell how fast I'm going in 5 mile per hour increments because I'm only using that much of it. Fortunately, I have heads-up display and I have a digital speedometer that I use instead. It's just kind of worthless. And I don't understand why they would go with such a speedometer. Just put a 0 to 100 in here, 120, that's it. And make that gauge that much bigger so you can see better how much you're going in increments of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Timism. The other oddball thing that would be number 4 is there's a little cubby here, and I'll take a little video of it. That's a leather cubby that's smooth, that things can fly out of, that I don't understand why you'd even have that. It serves no purpose. There's no drawer for like coin. You can't like throw your keys in there because your keys will fly out because it's a slippery area. You can't fit a cell phone in there. You could probably fit your wallet in there, but if you get in an accident or if you slam on your brakes, wallet's gonna be flying. There's no like lip to hold it in either. It's just a weird cubby. It's weird. Timisms. Strange. Number 5, I will go ahead and have to stop here and get out of the vehicle, and I'll show you number 5. Again, Timism. Hold on. It's maybe got a point here. So that's the Cadillac badge in the front. Kind of nice. Kind of stylish, right? It's got some different colors to it. And again, major Timism here. Major Timism. But what is this? Why would they silver out the badge? Why not black it out or, I don't know, add color to it? Why is it silver and then color and then silver? They run out of paint? Is there a paint issue? Did they need to add more paint going on in the system? Like, what's going on there? And then when you come around the back, let's not make this so confusing, folks. Why is it 400? Why? You don't need, why not just call it what it is? XTX, all-wheel drive, Premier, or High Country. Why call it 400? Doesn't make any sense to me at all. I just don't understand that. I would just chisel it off. And then look back here. We have another Cadillac badge that's full of color. So why do we have 2 color and 2 not so muches? Nah, I don't get that one. All right, one more time with the 0 to 60. Ooh, squawking tires. All-wheel drive, squawking tires. That's always a fun time. All right, there you go. There are my 5 likes and dislikes and driving and what it's like and looking at the interior and all the stuff. I hope I gave you a really comprehensive review. Make sure you check out this video out over here, this other video. It's a good time. Check it out. Hit that button, subscribe, stick around. I'm telling you, it's a good time on this channel. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.